fires to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make a connection.
I know it was incomplete, but I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
To the air, it's Lagway. He's going for a big play downfield. It's complete. A huge pickup. Oh, there were a few steps there. He was thinking touchdown, and they finally get him down after the big pickup at the 25. Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. He's going to pass. Shoots it to the left. And that ball is picked off. Taking it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Gets away. They're trying to get to him. He's going to run it. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries.
Going downfield for the big play. Pass on the way. It's picked off. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Ohio State 14, BYU 6.
All lined up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. He'll bring it out. It's Cameron. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half. Lets it fly. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Looking for more room. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. On the move, it's Cooper. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Boy, did he just scorch that defense with that score.
He shows you all of it, He's got the speed, he's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. Just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Cameron. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first. Lofts one high and deep. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
And that's how pressure on a quarterback can affect the passing game. They were able to get after him on that play, and as a result, the QB made a bad decision, forcing that football into double coverage.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Snagged in the middle, it's Horton. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
They're going to sit back in zone. I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
Looking to throw, it's Lagway. And it's picked off for the third time today. put a foot to it and get this game going. Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground. Gets it all the way out to the 33 before he stops.
Will take over. First and 10.
The offense set for a first down play. On the run, it's Hobbs. Oh, what a move! Still on his feet at the 45. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
That is a highly efficient way to move the chains, and now they are threatening inside. Fires and picked off. Takes it the other way.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Here comes the offense on first down.
Timeout, BYU. Let's go, right.
He'll start this drive firing. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. After the misfire, it's second down. Back to pass, it's Lagway. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, BYU! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And QBs love their big tight ends, especially guys that can do such great things after the catch. He catches it. Dang, Palmer, he looks like a daggone receiver after he catches the football.
What a matchup nightmare, too, man. I mean, he's just too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. If I'm this QB, I'm looking that guy's way a lot more often in this one.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So, guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
The Trojans want to pick up the tempo. You always want to give your big-time players a chance. That might have been too much of a chance to give right there.
And I know I'll give you a chance when it's one-on-one, but not two-on-one. You got to see that, got to understand that they're trying to take away this guy. There's a reason they're trying to take him away. What else can I do now to take advantage of that defense?
And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy.
He wants to go deep. And that pass is caught at the 25. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. And the Trojans look to keep this drive humming. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Got it in the middle, it's Boston. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball coming up.
And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. And they'll try it again after getting nothing on 2nd down. It's 3rd and goal from the 3. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Troy.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Bangs it through for an extra point. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer now is on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Back to throw, it's Lagway. Checks it down to his running back. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter.
He's brought down at the 38. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score tied 7-7.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants to take the top off. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
I understand the desire to keep the ball, but going for it inside your own 40? He'll take a deep shot here. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Touchdown, Cougars! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
And how do you not love the guts of this offense? 4th down, it's just another down, and what do? Stay aggressive, throw the football down the field, make the big play, get the big touchdown.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the 2-point try. From the gun. They're bringing heat. Looking, trying to escape, cannot. The sack thwarts the 2-point try. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Now the Trojan offense returns to the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Bob.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
The give to the back. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line. The Trojans in the hurry-up. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Talk about aggressive. This head coach is keeping the offense on the field inside his own 30. Makes the catch past the sticks. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
He leaves it with his back. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. And the Trojans are on the move. They'll throw it on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. A new set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on 1st down. And that pass is intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, BYU!
And linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. I mean, how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he could be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Cougars. What a great play by the defense, and pays it off with the interception return. Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
They already have the lead, and they apparently want more here in the 1st half, going for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do.
We're only in the 1st half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the 2nd quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense can do. You have got to make...
Oh, there's the ball! And they were lucky that fumble went out of bounds. They'll maintain possession. With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. He's looking to throw it. He'll pull it down. Finds a crease at the 20. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that 1st down.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the 1st down, keep this drive rolling.
That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. Throws to the wideout. Makes the catch. They will score. Touchdown, Trojans.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive.
BYU 25, Troy 14. Number 35 sets a kickoff.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He'll pull it down and run. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Fires toward the end zone. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like, the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well. So you have to know where your answers are.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Scrambling away. Gets rid of it. Fires to the big fella. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it 1 high safety? Is it 2 high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Moving away from pressure. He caught it. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Lets it go to the end zone. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. Past the 50. The 30. The 20.
Wow, chat. Wow. Shit's crazy.
Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
And it works out perfectly. The reason they called that two-point conversion was to get to within 3. This is a game going down to the wire, but you love the gutsy call by the offense there.
Fielded in the end zone is Cameron. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Looking to throw. It's Lagway. Looking to scramble. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. That kind of play will put a jolt into a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 40. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Buys a little time with his feet. He's going to take off. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. Give to the running back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. BYU right back to the line. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Moving out of the pocket. He'll throw it. Releases to the running back. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Steps away. And BYU will get the 1st down.
These 3rd downs, man, they're critical down and distances. When you have mobile quarterbacks, it's just so great to know that, 1, they can get it throwing it for your offense, but 2, if it's not there, they can take off and scramble and generate.
Just destroying his way through the field. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Tries again to get it in. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And he's got it! Touchdown, BYU! This is like a baseball pitcher that you can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
That just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Dances away to buy time. It falls incomplete and will change ends of the field to get things started back up.
BYU 31, Troy 22.
The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So, guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. From the gun, Give on the inside. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. Now looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw to the outside is complete. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the fourth quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
The Trojans are moving quickly down the field. They'll throw it on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. And now when you have a solid lead like this, Jesse, you find out, can you deliver the knockout punch?
And we're expecting them to come out here and just run the football, bleed the clock, let the big uglies up front get some push, and
just steamrolling the defense. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy, maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last one.
Going up top on first down. Got rid of it just in time. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Fires downfield. He's got it. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
That much time for any good QB in college football is not going to equal success for your defense. The defense has to do a better job trying to get pressure on the quarterback. He's way too comfortable.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. If they're going to keep covering him like that, they're just going to keep going to him.
Yeah, and it's so hard because you want to stay back and take away the weapons outside from the wide receivers, but when this guy's going to be able to catch the football and he makes plays like this, now I'm going to have to maybe go play more man, bring a guy to him, and not let him get those open touches.
BYU lines up quickly. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Still looking, on the move. Finds his man out of the backfield. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Cougar! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That one will put a little extra distance, give them a little cushion down the stretch.
And there was a little bit of hope, but you just snatched it away with that touchdown. This game is now over.
Oh, so close to taking it to the house. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 3. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Now the Trojan offense returns to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish.
Trying to get behind the defense. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown still alive in this one.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays. And these decisions to go for two, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points, and then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Comes out throwing on first down. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
Ball still at the 45 after the incompletion. They'll snap it 2nd and 10. Back to pass, it's Lagway. Moves away as he feels pressure. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you can tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this battle, but that guy is so hard to corral.
Getting some heat. And he was winding his way all over the backfield, staying alive, and finally he goes down. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Extending the play. He'll turn it loose out to the right. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. They'll go to the air. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Pocket starts to collapse. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, BYU!
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. One more play to pad the stats. To the air on 1st down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And the pass is dropped and incomplete, and that's going to do it. Clock has struck 0, and the ball game is over. Well, this was an option. The Jaguars will kick it away to start. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The offense lining up for a first down play. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. He's loose on the right. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. First down for this offense. Now they'll run it to the right here. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited, the fans aren't going crazy, but those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get warm.
Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Jaguars! That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you could string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back in the 16. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the play.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Man, there are defensive players out there that can just take games over, and that's what's happening with this guy right now. He is not cooperating with the offensive game plan. A 2 consecutive plays, and now on 3rd down, you know he's pinning his ears back again.
And that pass intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Really tough on the offense. 3rd and long. It's tough to, you know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that 1st down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To the air, it's McCord. Fires toward the target. Finds a man on the right. Touchdown, South Alabama! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Jordan. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this route.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, South Alabama 14, Penn State 7.
First down to start the drive after the break. Looking to move it through the air. He'll try to do it himself. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line.
I think you're seeing the chemistry between these two guys on that last play, right? Quarterback's on the move. He's got to find his big fella. He does a great job of finding the soft spot in the defense and settling down. He was a stationary target for his quarterback on the move, and that really helped them pick up that first.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. That one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys, you start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. I mean, you used to be able to make that play years ago. You're not doing it here in big-time college football. Not good.
The play action fake. Throwing right. He's got an open man. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
And the Nittany Lions with the 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete. Dropping back, it's Lagway.
starting to feel a little pressure. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Penn State! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Right down the boulevard. So a drive there of 85 yards. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Guys, we'll have another look at this South Alabama offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. They're going up top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. The Jaguars decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Sweet spin. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Line gets set, first down. To the air, it's Lagway. He hurls one deep down the left side. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job of his decision.
South Alabama has it back. The Jaguar offense going to work. Using the quick game. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
I love when they sneak the big fella out of the backfield. You know, usually blocking so much. Nice job with a little play action, slide and give him the rock.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle. It's right. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. Trying to find his man on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. He wants to throw. He finds his big tight end. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking to throw on 2nd down. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Jaguars! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. The kickoff team out there getting set. He'll call for the fair catch here. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get louder up.
Back to throw, it's Lagway. Had the pick in his hands and couldn't hang on, and you just won't see that from him very often. It'll be third down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's looking deep. And he makes the catch inside the 10. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. It's good, and that was dead solid purpose. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. He's going to pass. Fires to the wideout. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. The Nittany Lions will kick it away to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Neighbors. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Jaguars offense ready to go back to work. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with him.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half. In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Letting these guys...
And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack.
Those play-action passes take a little bit longer to develop, right? Because you still have the fake, and then the quarterback turns his back to the defense, has to reset. You got to protect him a little bit better than that, or the fake's got to be a lot better.
That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's second down. And the laundry drops as the pass falls incomplete. Let's see who the penalty's on. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Now on second down. To the air, it's McCord. Trying to get to it. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
That is not an easy situation if you're an offensive lineman, second and third and long, because you know the D-line, they're coming. They know you're throwing the football. As an O-lineman, you better get out of your stance and get your hands up and punch and not miss, because if you do, then that's what happens right there.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. bring some heat. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
That's the way you answer your halftime speech. You gave up a lot of points in that first half. What did the defense do in the first possession? You set the tone in the second half. Get the big stop. Get the big sack. Really nice answer by this defense.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So, let's see if they can be a little bit more physical in this drive.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Off play action. He'll heave it deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Love the coverage on the back end. The defenders staying right by the receiver in the intended target. As a result, that ball's incomplete.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Pressure coming. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Drilled as he grows, and they stop him on 4th down with the heat.
And aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Guys, we'll have another look at this South Alabama offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll run it to the right side. Rams him with the stiff arm. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. This is the South Alabama 21, Penn State 17.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better.
Quickly to the tight end. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. They get him down after a 4-yard gain to the 6.
And I think my thought process needs to be points are good. Because if I get a field goal here, that's fine. I take the lead by more than a field goal. They got to go the length of the field. But I also want to run this clock, let it continue to work. But the goal is to get a touchdown. So let's see what this offense dials up next.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
The 2 things you're thinking about here offensively is, 1, you want to take as much time off the clock. But 2, you really want to score another touchdown to make this a 2-possession game. You could almost ice it if you can find a way to get in the end zone here. Just take your time. Don't snap it too quickly.
If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way. Back to throw, it's McCoy. Coming after him. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down.
After that incompletion on 3rd and short, it's going to be an interesting decision for the head coach because I know he believes in his guys to go get it here on 4th down and pad the lead. But if you kick a field goal, you make it a 2-possession game here in the second half, and I think that's the right decision.
They already have the lead, but they will go for the knockout punch here in the 4th quarter on 4th and goal. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
That is how you rise to the occasion late in the game. Your defense had to come up big, had to get the offense the football back. They're trailing by a little bit now. Let's go make this thing even more special.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were really disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. They'll leave it with him. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Trying to make magic with his feet. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. The Nittany Lions want to move quickly. They'll throw it on first down. Got his man quickly. Great to have perfect blocking, but you can also make your own, and that's exactly what he does, getting it up to the 36. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Jordan. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. He's looking to throw. Going to try to get it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Got to get to the line, closing in on a half-minute to go. He's looking to throw it. Got his man. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. To the ground with the back. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And inside a minute to go, they've got the lead. If he makes this one, the lead will be 3, and at least a field goal won't beat you. And he knocks it through, and the lead is a field goal here in the 4th quarter. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. To throw, it's McCord. He looks that one in nicely. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
What a great individual. individual effort here in this 2-minute situation. He makes the catch in the middle of the field. He knows he's got to find a way to stop the clock. The only way to do that is to get out of bounds. He uses his speed and his vision, and he's able to elude.
Lets it fly deep downfield. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath, because in the fourth quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you, and that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like, forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. It's incomplete, and the last chance is just out of reach, and that's going to do it. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. There were moments in this game. There were plays to be had and plays to be made. At the end of the day, they just did not execute well enough in any of the 3 phases on any side of the football. So, David, moving forward, a lot to take away from this game as they try to improve.
A lot to take away and a lot to learn from. I mean, losses definitely hurt, they sting, but a lot of times most teams refocus and they get a sense of urgency now that they got a loss in that column. So watch the tape, watch what you need to improve on, and go attack it in practice.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. kickoff team out there ready to tee it up and get this bowl game underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Offense getting set for first down. Looking to move it through the air. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Bears!
I mean, you talk about coming out of the defense and setting the tone and letting them know it's going to be a long game. Let's do this. How about a pick 6 on the first possession? Nice job by the defense coming out and striking first in this ball game.
So they'll try to maximize that pick 6 by running the offense out for the 2-point try. Looking for a man. It's Glagway. Looking to convert the 2, and he will not. The defense gets to him with the sack. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage. And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You've got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get...
Gonna take a shot. And it's picked off at the goal line. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Not all guys have the ability to break on the football, go make a play, and catch it. You play defense for a reason. A lot of the wide receivers are the ones that do most of the catching. Great job by the defense securing the INT.
The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. Looking for space. It's Jordan. He's loose at the 15. And he breaks into the open. The 40. At the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Cal!
I mean, let's go. That's a day's worth of yards right there on one carry. The home run hitter takes the snap, gets the football. He does the rest, shows off the speed, taking it 90-plus yards to the house.
Here comes the 2-point try. They're going to run it. This time, he'll be stopped short of the goal line. So after scoring the touchdown, he tried to tack on the 2-point conversion, but was denied. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Looking deep down the right side. And he makes the catch inside the 15. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown Longhorns! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
We may have a situation here. We might have points, more points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Just one of those mistakes that can happen as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. and the Golden Bears will boot it away to start the game. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Down, here comes this offense. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Powers through the defender. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
Caught in the backfield. It's Jordan. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Now they'll face 3rd and 4 in their first possession of the game. Scanning the field, it's Ward. Now improvising. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Makes the grab well past the sticks. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the 1st down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit.
Going for the big play. Catch inside the 25. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
They'll come to the line just 1 yard shy of the goal line on 3rd down. He'll pitch it. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
And everything works out for the offense, right? They went for it on 4th and 1 earlier. It was a big decision, a big gamble. They got it, and now you pay it off with the touchdown. Head coach is loving that.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. To a drive there of 84 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard punt. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. 1st down here for the offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Skips away from pressure. Snatches it on the right. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
The Golden Bears moving quickly to the line. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Complete to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
By the receiver. Pickup of 12. And a first down for the offense. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Ohio State 7, Cal 0.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Looking to pass. It's Lagway. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Fires into the end zone. Ball in the air. Intercepted. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into for a quarterback, they're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply were not.
He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's just, it's so hard to defend.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has, and he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins. This guy right here with his skill set, he's got the chance to be the next great Buckeye back.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. And the Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Looking downfield, it's Ward. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his man. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down. New set of downs after that completion. Looking to go up top on first down. They're trying to get to it. It's a fumble. And the defense snatches it, and they reverse the field. Racing to the right. He's inside the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Golden Bears. Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender, seeing that ball in the end zone. Your eyes get big as saucers. Go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
How about this? A 2-point conversion coming. They want to throw it. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And he's feeling the heat, and down he goes. They were looking to take the lead, and they cannot. Still trailing by a single. The kickoff team just about set to go, and that defense is eager to get back out there after the scoop and score. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the returner will be knocked down. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. He'll come out throwing on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Looking downfield, it's Ward. Quick strike complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Well, it comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy.
He's going for the big play. Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Ohio State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
You've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Pulls it in. It's Jordan. At the 45 on his way. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They dialed up the perfect call. Splendid execution. Now they've got it. Threatening 1st and 10 from the 27. Throws for the tight end. Tosses it incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and you're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Unloads it left. Working the middle. Makes the catch with defenders everywhere, and now the defense backed up with a 1st and goal from the 5. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw. It's Lagway. Intercepted. Giving him his pads. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. And it just turns out to be a missed opportunity. You get the ball in the red zone, and you turn it over.
Momentum, it plays a big role for teams and especially for offenses. And when you have chances like that, when you're down in this area of the field, you've got to be able to come away with points. Even if it's not going to be a touchdown, you are not leaving this area of the field without putting at least 3 up on the board. Missed opportunity for the others.
The Buckeyes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Cameron. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going. He lost one down the sideline. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Dialing up a second down pass play. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Yeah, and listen, that dude is a dude. I get it. I mean, he's an absolute stud, and I want to find ways to get him the football, but maybe not force feed him in that situation when he's got two guys on him.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
Man, that's so frustrating. And it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put the...
Gets away from one. Finds some space. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Golden Bears come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for a gap. It's Jordan. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. The Golden Bears are in the hurry-up. He's back to throw on second down. Dances away. He's going to run it. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. They're down to the 20, first and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. They're bringing heat. And that's a live ball behind the line. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
To the air, it's Lagway. Drills him with the stiff arm. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. And the Golden Bears will try to punch it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Ohio State 14, Cal 6.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cal!
Yeah, I tell you what, great job by this offense. Great execution. You drive down the field, you get the score. Now what's your two-point play? You practiced it all week. What's your go-to in this moment late in the fourth quarter when you need the two-point conversion?
Buys a little time. And the pass hits, picked off. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They'll start this drive with a pass. Looking to buy time. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
This defense will bring pressure from the linebacker level, from the cornerback level, free safety level, and the strong safety level. They're bringing it from all over the field.
Time is on their side, and they're going to wind that play clock all the way down. Looking to throw, it's Ward. Throws to the back. Makes a grab over the middle. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did.
Yeah, and these halfbacks, man, they're wide receivers now. They do so much work in practice now with the wide receiver group, and you can see it there. Sells like he's going outside, sticks his foot in the ground, angles to the middle of the field.
And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Golden Bears!
How about that play by this defense? The offense trying to salt the game away with the lead. Defense makes the biggest play of the ball game, getting the pick, finding the end zone, and taking the lead late in this ball game.
So with the lead at 4, you need to go for 2 here and try to at least have the lead be a touchdown. Snap in the shotgun. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And the defense on him, and he will go down. Sack on the 2-point try.
18, Ohio State, 14.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Forced out of the pocket. He'll pull it down. And it'll be a short game, but no need to take a big hit there on the scramble.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Back to pass, it's Ward. He wants a big play here late. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. This one's big to make sure they can't beat you with a field goal. He's got it, and the lead is up to a field goal. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. They'll throw it on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Jordan. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. The clock is not their friend. Got to get everybody to the line quickly. Going up top on first down. Floating away. He'll pull it down and run. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
Defense is all about creating negative plays. And he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
Wide open downfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Back to throw. It's Lagway. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Complete downfield. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. The Golden Bears have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Looking to scramble. Got out of trouble and throws. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit.
3rd and long. Defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires left. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And after that incompletion on 3rd and long, because of where they are in the field and because they have a narrow lead, you expect this team to just go ahead, kick the field goal, and take the points.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Throws to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
When you're down late in the game, you got to make plays. It's really tough not to force the football. You can tell quarterback forces the football. Defense comes up with a huge interception.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. 3-point lead, put together a great drive here, Jesse. You can turn it into a 2-possession game.
Let's do that. Let's get a touchdown on the board. Let's find out where our playmakers have the best matchups, and let's exploit those, David.
And it would put our defense in such a great position. 4th quarter, 2-possession lead. It makes it easy to play defense.
Sticks it in his belly. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. The defense will take a timeout. 25 seconds left to play. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? Dropping back, it's Ward. Quickly out to the tight end. Timeout is called by the defense. A mere 21 seconds to go here.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his 2nd catch of the game.
They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a 1-possession lead. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The completion well past the sticks. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. You know, there's no real reason to panic, but if you think about it, when does panicking ever really help? But certainly this was a bitterly disappointing outcome.
And you can look at a lot of different statistics, and I know we tend to overcomplicate college football these days, but guys, at the end of the day, it comes down to 2 very simple things. You can't turn the ball over, and you can't have penalties. You do those things, David, and it'll beat you every time.
That's the difference between winning and losing. It's the small things, but find those things that you need to improve on. Keep working on them. Keep developing. Those things you do well, dude, let's do those. Let's do more of those things more consistently.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation.